Hi everybody, welcome to Quarter Inch Seam, and I have got the perfect thing for you today. Okay, you ready? We're gonna make bows. Now, I got this idea probably 20 years ago because I used to work in retail. Actually, I think maybe it's been longer than that. Let's not do the math. Let's just drop that part of the conversation. Anyway, I was in retail, and I think I was working for Macy's. Wow. Anyway, and they used to, we used to kind of basically gift wrap, like right there, do basic gift wrapping at the counter that I worked in housewares. I sold pots and pans. Anyway, we did like basic gift wrapping, like right there. You could do like something really basic. I seem to recall. And I remember them sending us these bows. They were like pre-done bows. And you just basically had to kind of flutter them open, and you ended up with this really pretty bow, and it was so easy. I mean, it was just, mindless. Anyway, so that gave me the idea to make bows with really pretty ribbon, and I do them on gifts. I do them all throughout the year. There's only a couple things that you need, and I'm going to teach you how to do a fantastic bow. I also do these all over my Christmas tree. I do them on my wreaths. And the great thing is you can go in, you can snip them off, and if you put them on a wreath and they go outside, and the bows get or too flat, just snip them off and put new bows on. It's fantastic. So the first thing that you're going to need, and for some stores right now is the time to score, but for some stores you're going to want to wait until the day after Christmas or the week after Christmas. Ribbon. Big ribbon like this is something that just seems to always have. There's always so much of it left after Christmas, and they end up just blowing it out. I mean, it's 50, it's 75, it's 90% off. You can get big rolls of fabric ribbon like this for, $1. You couldn't buy a bag of bows for $1. So it's great. And if you, even at Christmas time, you'll be able to find some things that aren't necessarily, only for Christmas. Like this one, it's pretty Christmassy, but I think you could kind of use that on a really pretty gift for someone, and it wasn't at Christmas time. This one, I think I got this at Joann's. Yeah, I got this at Joann's, obviously before they closed. And this adorable one, I got at the after Christmas sale last year at Walmart. Is that adorable? And it's a huge roll. This roll is 40 feet. So there's a lot of ribbon on there. A lot. Okay? All right, so how do we make the bows? So the first thing that I do is it depends on how big I want the bow. So I have a wreath in my front room that needs some sprucing up. So we're going to do a bow for that. So I'm going to do kind of a larger bow. And the size of the bow, the size of the loops on the bow is going to be determined by how big you make your initial circles. So just start, again, make sure you don't get it all twisted. Untwist it as it's coming off the roll, right? Okay, so you have to remember that this circle is really only the bow pieces, so that's going to be the size of your bow, right? That's going to be one side of it, that'll be the other side of it. So that's about 10 inches, okay? That's a pretty good size bow. If I were doing it for a gift, I would do it... I just eyeball them now because I've done them for so long. But if you were going to put this on a gift, I would do like 6 inches maybe. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's do this for a gift because everybody's wrapping gifts. Here's the other thing: they're quick. Okay, you don't have to spend a lot of time on doing this. I did it for admittedly, I don't do it for every single present, but I do it for a good majority of them, and I find, you can you can make them ahead of time, right? Okay. So now I have rolled this on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just rolled it in a circle. 4. Let's make it a really good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've got 6. Okay, 6 loops on there. Take some scissors. You're gonna need some heavy duty scissors. You're gonna need some good, like either kitchen shears, or these are just office scissors, but or they may have been fabric scissors. I don't know. They're old. I've had them forever, but they're pretty strong. So you're going to need something strong. And I almost forgot to mention, you have to use wired ribbon. Wired ribbon. So on your ribbon, it will either say, it doesn't say that. Oh, it'll say, can you see that? Wire edge. Or it'll just say, it'll have a little sticker on it that says wired. Or if you just pull the edge out and you can bend it and it stays hard, it's just wired along the edge. You'll feel the little wire edge. That's how you know it's wired. It's got to be wired, otherwise your bow is going to be floppy. If you want a floppy bow, that's your business. You can get the unwired, but I'm just warning you. I'm forewarning you. Okay, so you've got your circle, right? Got your circle in one hand like this. That's all I've done. It's just a circle of ribbon. The circle of life. Da, da, da. Oh, sorry. Okay, now take your circle, right? Here's my edge inside, my little cut edge inside, and here's I try and keep the cut edges kind of close to each other, okay? Take it and smash, just lay it in half, right? Okay, now, I don't measure them, okay? I don't measure it. I'm warning you right now. I don't measure it. I just eyeball it, that I'm at about the middle, okay? So this is 7 inches, and I'm almost spot on at 3.5 inches, okay? So wherever your middle is, you're holding it in one hand, right? Take your scissors, your heavy-duty scissors, and I'm going to cut 2 small V's. You're going to cut all the way into the ribbon, okay? Cut all the way into the ribbon. Be careful. Don't cut your hand, okay? And I made a little V. Okay, look, I made that little notch. Can you see that notch? Okay, ready? Do the other side. You are not cutting all the way through. Do not cut super close to the edge. Don't walk that close to the edge, okay? So, another V, and it doesn't need to be. Go in like, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. How far in I went. So this ribbon is 2.5 inches. So it's 2.5 inch deep ribbon. I mean thick ribbon. And this part, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't need to be pretty. If your cut is a little janky, that's fine. Doesn't matter. It's all going to get hidden. I mean, look how janky that is. They're not even lined up right. Not even totally lined up. And guess what? It's fine. Your cut should be on 2.5 inches, cut in about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, okay? And make those 2 slots, okay? Now, this is a trick that I started doing, but you can do this multiple ways. So this is just the way I'm going to do it today. You know these little wire tie thingies that you buy? They sell them at Home Depot or hardware store. Right now, they sell them everywhere because people are hanging stuff with these. They're little wire ties, okay? Take a wire tie, wrap it around the bow, wrap it around the notches that you just cut out, and zip it together. Zip ties. They call them zip ties. I call them wire ties. Okay, and now cinch it down. Don't cinch it down super tight. See, there's still room in there. See how there's still room? There's still a gap in there. Oh, my hand. Oh, my hand hurt. See there? There's still a gap in there. You just want it strong enough to hold everything together, okay? You don't need to ratchet it down. Okay, now I cut the majority of that off. Okay, ready? Now, You're going to start. I look like I'm about to put my legs up. You're going to start on the inside. Okay? Take the first inside loop and twist it forward. Now that I've cut it, I'm going to come closer to you. Oh wow. Take the second loop on the inside and pull it in. Keep doing that with all your loops. Okay. So take a loop from the inside, pull it through, pull it around. Look. Look how cute, we're almost there. Take another loop, pull it forward. Take the other loop and just pull it out and twist it forward. Okay, now flip it over and do the other side. Okay, pull this loop out and just twist it forward. Pull this out and twist it forward. Okay, now you should have one, if not two. There we go. Those two little, our two little ends, I use that to hold. So now I just hold it in my hand like this. As if this were my... Hello and Merry Christmas. My little paw. Now, hold it in your hand and just fluff them up. Right? Make it look kind of pretty. Fluff them forward a little bit. They're not going anywhere. They're held on by that wire tie. Okay, twist this down a little bit. Now, okay, it's a pretty little bow. You can use any wrapping. Now, when you wrap your gift, you can use whatever ribbon around the box or the package that you want to use. But then what I do is I take just a tiny piece of, you can do one of two things. A lot of times what I'll do is take a piece of that curling ribbon and kind of sandwich it in there. I tried to find some curling ribbon today and I couldn't find any. So I'll have to find some and we'll do like a part 2. You're just going to kind of work the curling ribbon and wrap it around in there so it comes out the other side and then attach your bow on that way. We'll do a part 2 and I will show you some of the ways that I attach them to packages and some of the ways that you can use more than one ribbon. And some of the ways that I even doll this up, because I've done some where I do some additional ribbons coming off of this, and you can make it look like little fireworks coming off of it, and it's so adorable. But there you go. Great big bow for your package. And why am I off? My angle is off today. And there you go. And then I play with it until I've just played with it to death and keep kind of moving them around. We did 6, right? 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. So we did 6 rounds on this. The bigger the ribbon, you kind of want to play with it a little bit. You can also mix up ribbons. You can also mix up ribbons so that you have some bigger loops and some smaller loops. But there you go. A great big Christmas bow for your packages. And then we'll do part 2 later this week. If It's hard to play with it because I'm not looking at it the right way. Keep moving them around a little bit, making the loops work right. And then once you set it on a package, it's adorable. Okay. Merry Christmas. Okay, so stick around. We'll do part 2 later in the week and show you how to attach it to a package and some of the more fun things that you can do with the bows. But look, that took 5 minutes. I mean, I don't even think it took 5 minutes to actually do it. But you want to make sure that you use wired ribbon, so it's got to have that wire in the edge, right? And then if you don't have little zip ties or little wire ties, what I used for years and years and years and years and years is just curling ribbon. I just bought curling ribbon because it's cheap and it was easy to work with. Cut, you know, maybe a 6-inch or an 8-inch section. And when I use curling ribbon as opposed to the wire tie holds beautifully. Just don't tell my husband I stole his wire ties. Sorry, dear. But the wire ties hold perfectly. But if you're going to use like curling ribbon or some other really thin ribbon, or you know, you could use yarn. You just want to go around those 2 openings a couple of times. So you want to go wrap it around there a couple of times just so it's really secured, so that as you start twisting those loops out, as you start pulling them out, that doesn't loosen. And again, obviously, you want to make sure that you don't cut too far in. When you cut your V's, don't cut too far into the center. Leave at least a good finger length, you know, finger space in between the 2 V's that you cut. Okay? All right. That is your fun Christmas tip, your bow tip for today. Stick around for part 2 later on this week. And I will see you guys tomorrow for our Wednesday night live. Don't miss it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget our Wednesday night live at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock, Wednesdays. Don't miss it. And we'll talk bows, and we'll talk some quilting and sewing and some great gift ideas for Christmas. And I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, thought I forgot. Only a 1/4-inch seam. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.